Comic Book Palace is a documentary series that features no budget, no actors, and no bullshit.
And this is a disappointing here. I don't know if you heard about this. This is going to be on hiatus for at least a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard they just had some sort of big finale, and it's like the cover of the last issue is just like a big bloody feather. It's very ominous. I'm sure it's like someone tied to the main story.
I got it on the New This Week rack, I think.
I have it?
Oh, you have it? Okay.
I'm missing this one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting to get all of them so I can read all of them in a sitting.
Yeah, yeah.
And I realized I was about to start reading and I'm missing that one.
Oh,
so
good.
I had to go back.
They're on hiatus for, they said, at least a year. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't read the book anymore.
Yeah.
Around issue 25, 26, I just finally started to lose interest.
Yeah.
As a retailer, I sell a lot of these books. I don't want it to be gone for a year.
It's bad enough waiting for I don't know how long it's going to be till Birthright comes back. That's the other one I'm waiting on. I've been waiting on for feels like a long time already.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's probably only been like a month or two.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Feels like a long ass time though.
We'll get $7, please.
$7?
Yep. Out of 10.
I've been dying to come down here for months. I'm all the way up in the Lakes region, New Hampshire. Nothing up there, man. I want to get through all of this, but I got to come back. I love digging through the 50-cent dollar bins. Looking for where's Venom. Gotta be around here someplace.
A little further down.
I see him.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's all I have for back issue Venom right now. They announced the movie, and well, you know how it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
My copy of Lethal Protector #1 is still in that bag that it came in. It was like you get like 3 comics for like $4 or something like that. And I haven't even removed it out of the bag. It's been sitting in that thing since 1992.
Wow. I just sold
Waiting
one
for
the other
the
day,
day.
last Friday. $15. You probably paid $3-4 for that whole bag at the time. You know, it's.
I've been building a wall of just all stuff with Venom. I was managing a comic book store up north for a little while, but when you don't reinvest, you don't go anywhere, man.
Yes,
You gotta spend money to make money. It's gonna come out as PG-13. I still think it's gonna do excellent. It's just gonna be interesting to see what type of crowd really comes in to see it. I think I think he's better than a lot of other choices that they could have gone with. I'd rather see him do that than Joaquin Phoenix. The previews definitely look good. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that movie. Long time, actually. Long time. If that movie does well, you're going to see Black Cat and Silver Sable. They're going to end up with the movie.
I'd like to see that.
I definitely think they're going to do a black and what is it? Silver and black. I think they're between the two of them.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do something like that.
Because I enjoyed the last Silver Sable series when they did the series, and they just did a one-shot recently. Really enjoyed it, and Black Cat's has always been an interesting character too. I think that'd be a real good movie.
I think it will too. And if the demand is out there, they are definitely going to do it. They'll probably do it until they make a movie that is just so terrible that it will kill the rest of it.
Yeah,
that's the only. I'm just so happy that it didn't happen to Fantastic Four.
Right.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They'll at least get their chance again.
Yeah, they just put out Fantastic Four. Just came out with a new book this week.
Yep.
It was really good too. I was very happy with it. It went more issues than I ever thought it would go, and the fact that they brought it back and they did it with Archie, that's kind of cool too.
And the other one was Legion of Superheroes. That actually turned out to be a pretty good book.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
And it was a one shot, a special, because in the old series, Harlan Ellison submitted a script for Batman versus Two-Face. I think they either rejected it or they did what they always do with him. The producers insisted on making so many changes that he just said, "No, I'm walking out of here. Forget it. You can't have the script."
Yeah.
And so that's why Two-Face never showed up in the old show.
Huh.
And it made such a good book, better than most of the Batman stuff out at the time. This was only a few years ago.
Yeah.
And they had some great classic names, writing and drawing, like Len Wein, I think, before he passed away. I think he adapted it for the comic as a scriptwriter. And Jose Garcia Lopez, who was the guy. He was the Jim Lee of the early 70s for DC. He literally drew a sketch/memo, basically. This is how everybody out there should draw Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and that's why you go and you see like bedroom posters of the Batmobile, Superman, Wonder Woman, certain ways they look identical. Box art on toys, that was all him.
Stuff like, I've never been a huge Doctor Strange fan.
All right.
I like Doctor Strange as a supporting character, but whenever his book was going on, I'd read some of his book.
And Spidey-Man would hang out in his mansion.
Yeah.
That was always a good read.
Yeah, oh yeah, and stuff like, or you would, you'd start reading his regular book, and then eventually it would just drone on, and you'd be like, I've had enough. But whenever they did a Doctor Strange miniseries, 6 issues, they would just tell one story. It was in, you were out, it was done, and that was I was always like a fan of that sort of that stuff with lesser characters. It's
We got a TV series called The Defenders, and the original Defenders was Hulk and Doctor Strange and Namor. Now, I'd do anything if they could get those actors into the Netflix show. I don't. Can't happen for a number of reasons, not least of which Silver Surfer being owned by Fox apparently.
Yeah. But, I actually enjoyed the Defenders TV series.
I haven't seen it yet. I let my Netflix account expire.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I did like Kingpin a lot.
Yeah,
Daredevil, excuse me. And I just haven't had a chance. I let my account expire before the new series came out, so I haven't had a chance to see anything besides Daredevil season 1.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I got some catching up.
Yeah, you missed Jessica Jones season 1 was my favorite.
I've heard so many good things about that, and I want to see that. Yeah.
The Purple Man, Kilgrave, was probably.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the best. It's probably the best villain. It's probably the best villain that I've seen on TV or in the movies. It's. I mean, I wanted him more. I was always like, oh, come on, give me another scene with Kilgrave. Give me another scene with Kilgrave. The guy is just so evil, and I mean, it's like when you're done with him, you feel as though you need to take a shower. It's he's just so bad. It's I mean, not because he's a dirty cat. I mean, just because he is just such an evil person. You just wanted to shower off you what you saw that he was doing. Yeah, he was great. What a great character. Yeah. So Jessica Jones season 1 is probably my favorite. My favorite series on all of on all the Netflix Marvel stuff.
Well, I've definitely heard good things about the series, so that shouldn't surprise me. So good. It's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, season 2 was nowhere near as good as season 1, but season 1 was fantastic.
Where did the Punisher show up? Was that season 2 of Daredevil?
Yeah, he was good in that. He was good in that too.
From what I've heard, it sounds like that's the best version of Punisher they've done yet.
Oh, it was. Yeah. And the Punisher, I thought the Punisher show was really good too.
Oh,
yeah. They gave him he had his own. He had 1 season so far too.
That's good.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't look that far ahead, or I mean, I don't. Usually people come in and tell me, "Hey, do you know they're doing this one for Netflix?" And so I don't know if they're doing a second Punisher season. Don't know. When I see an ad for it, oh, good. It's, unless someone comes in and tell me, I don't go looking for it. It's not that important. It's there's enough on television that to keep you going. So if it shows up, oh, new one showed up. It's but Luke Cage was decent. I liked Iron Fist. A lot of people didn't care for Iron Fist. I thought it. I loved it. It's he comes back from Kunlun, and he's not real. I mean, he's the Iron Fist, but he hasn't really been fully trained. So he's kind of a meatball too while he's doing it, and his dynamics with just his interaction with Luke Cage, especially in the Defenders, is great.
That's good because that's the whole point.
Yeah,
Iron Fist and Power Man.
Yep. Yeah, and then in the second season of Luke Cage, Danny Rand was in like 2 episodes too. So that was that was good. It's they still mention stuff from the Defenders. It's.
Did he get around to wearing that yellow mask?
Did he put a mask on? I think he had a mask on at one point, but he never got into the full suit. He never they never did the full
those collars would be hard to sell today.
Yeah. But even in the Luke Cage one, they put him to show his old 70s.
Oh yeah. And with the headband.
Yeah. Well, he broke out of prison. He broke out of prison. Okay. So he still had a headband on, but it was because they were experimenting on him, and he had stuff on his arms. So
so it would look a little like costume.
Yeah, and then but he was naked. So he was out. So he goes by a clothesline and he picks up a shirt, puts it on, and it's the yellow shirt.
Okay.
And he's got the headband on and the wristbands, and he looks at him and he goes, "You look like a damn fool." Yeah, and that was pretty much that was their homage to the old Luke Cage, because he doesn't walk around in that yellow shirt and whatnot. He doesn't have the afro. His head shaved. It's but so that was that one scene. Where they paid homage to the old '70s Luke Cage, and it was great. Man, you look like a damn fool. But yeah, that was, and then then obviously him and Iron Fist got together in Defenders, with and Jessica Jones was in Defenders and Daredevil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the announcement from the beginning that was the plan.
Yeah.
Get those shows out there and then get them all together.
Yeah, it was really good. That was I love that season too. That was a good season.
I've been reading Thor nonstop for probably the last at least 10 years straight.
Yeah.
And Jason Aaron's run on it has been almost completely just fantastic with the whole one.
Yeah.
Except when they got to the female Thor, who just that story was good, but it could have been condensed into a much shorter version. I think it's dragged on for so long, and it just kind of just took the wind out of the sails, I think. And then once they started the new Thor, it's like he just started throwing like comedy into it for no reason at all.
That's
the art was horrible.
Yes, the main thing was the artwork for me. I just couldn't get into it. I'm not interested, so I've already told them stop putting that in my box. But the rest of the stuff, I love all the new stuff.
Like
Venom, Venom is awesome. They made
Spider-Man. And Aaron has had a fantastic run. I love the book, but this new direction they're going in is just terrible.
See, I collected when I was younger, sold my collection for pennies on the dollar, and now I'm 47, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to start up again. And with all the number ones starting to come out, it was a good time to start. Then I started buying up people's collections, and just the other night, some woman, for $100, she had a box. And it was in a beer case. I called the lady and I said, all right, I'll come take a look at them. So I looked through real quick, fingered through, and I said, you know what, will you take 75? She goes, nope, I really want 100. I said, all right, I'll give you the 100. So I get home, I start going through them. First thing I pull out is a full run of the Infinity Gauntlet in mint condition. I said, wow. Now I'll go through and I pull out a New Mutants 100. The gold edition. So I say to my wife, I said, wow, can you imagine if this woman has no idea and I find a New Mutants 98 in here? The next book I pull out, a mint, it's a $300 book, even if it's an 8. And I'm bringing it to Comic-Con this weekend. I'm going to send it off to be graded, but for my collection, I don't want to sell it.
Right.
But now I have 2 runs of the Infinity Gauntlet, so I'm going to get that graded and hopefully sell it. They're selling on eBay for crazy money. Everything because of the movies. Everything's so hot right now. If I can sell some of that stuff to put into other stuff, but I keep telling people at work, I said, I'm going to get a phone call from some kid when he gets home from college. He's probably going to be pissed at his mother. My mom sold my books. I want them back. There was the Carnage run. I couldn't believe it. Like the stuff that was in there, it's easily $1,000 worth of books. Wow. And I got it for $100, and they were just bagged. They weren't boarded, but if you look at them, you would never know. You would think,
put them in there and
they put them in nice. It wasn't like they were piled up and because I've seen some garbage lots, but I couldn't believe it when I started pulling the stuff out. All that whole run, the Silver Surfer stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to buy this one, but that one looks a little banged up. So I'm going to wait, because I don't want to send out. If I don't have doubles of stuff, I'm not going to sell it, because I'd rather have it for my collection. So I'm going to keep my eye out for that one. When I go to Comic-Con this weekend, hopefully I can grab a nice one, and maybe send it out to be graded. These people obviously have no idea what they had. Like I said, I think it's their son's collection.
With the internet, it's so easy to look things up.
Yeah, I know. That's why when I
fingertips, literally.
Right. I kept saying to my wife, "There's no way that there's going to be anything good in this." I bought a guy was selling a Uncanny X-Men lot and a Wolverine lot, and he knew what he had. And he says, I'm not budging, it's $200 for each set, I know what I have. So I looked through the list, and he didn't list the Gambit one, First Appearance of Gambit, so I assumed it wasn't in there. And I get home, because he's like, oh, this is my best book out of this. And it was like an older Uncanny X-Men, it's worth some money. So when I get home, I'm going through, and there's a First Appearance of Jubilee, First Appearance of Gambit. He didn't even so whoever helped him wasn't, because you got to know that book by itself is worth $200 if it's graded and comes back a high grade. So yeah, it just some people, like you say, you can check online now.
It's too easy.
And
like 20 years ago, you had to like just kind of guess. And,
right.
You know.
Right. You
a
stop
leap
in a
of faith,
comic book store and bring them to them and have them look
right.
at them, and they'll tell you what they're worth and say, well, I can give you half or whatever. And my buddy said I hit the lottery. That's what the guy I work with that collects too. When I pulled those books out, like, because I was so mad at myself, because Deadpool is one of my favorite characters. That's when I was collecting back then. And I had that in a mint condition, and I sold it for like nothing when I sold my collection. So to sit there and find another one and not have to pay $300 for it, or, you know, pay less money for a crappy version of it, and now I have, you know, I found it for $100 in a box with easily, there was 280 comics in there, and there was no junk in there. Like, even the cheaper books, they were all $4 or $5, $10 books. Like, it was just like, if they, like you said, if they spent 5 minutes on the internet, they could have put that out there. I would have paid, if I knew what was in that box, I would have paid up to like $500 for that box.
You know the value of these.
Right. So instead, I got it for $100. And when she told me when I was leaving, she says, "Yeah, we're just trying to get rid of some stuff." So when I got home, when I found all that stuff, I messaged her back. I said, "Do you have any more comics lying around?" And she said, "No, that was just it." So like I said, I think it had to have been her sons, because they were a lot older than me. So I don't know how they came about getting them, but someone's not going to be happy if it was someone else's collection and they sold them for pennies on the dollar. Really, you think at 250 books, and I paid $100 for them.
The Deadpool there, as opposed to how they portray him now.
I think back then I liked the fact that he was a wise ass.
Right.
But I think now they're sending that too
it
far.
like
they're making it more that he's a
wise ass
comedian
part,
now,
exactly.
instead of being a badass.
Who had a weird sense of humor.
Yeah, he had a weird sense of humor, but he went after anybody. And I don't know, now like in the new book, he won't go after some of these guys because he feels they're not bad enough. And it's like, that wasn't what Deadpool was all about, the money. That's all he cared about. And it was just so, I like it, but it's definitely not like the old Deadpool. I think the old Deadpool is much better.
I used to read X-Force.
Yeah.
And I used to like Deadpool in that book back then, but I've tried reading some of the modern Deadpool stuff, and it's just too slapsticky, comedy, tongue-in-cheek stuff.
Well, I think that's what happens when all these movies come out, and they start, they know that they can, it's a different market now. Younger kids weren't reading X-Force and stuff. This was the bad boys of
audience as possible, so you can't blame them for that.
Exactly, right. It's a market. You have to do it. That's what a business is. A couple of DC stuff that I'm looking at is like just some first appearances, but they're big bucks. Like Deathstroke, I want his first appearance, but they're talking a movie, so his book went through the roof. And I like Batman, but there's just so many.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to start. I asked, the shop I go to, when should I start? And they told me it was a good time to get into it because now he was marrying Catwoman, so they said that was a good time to start. But I haven't bought anything yet. I'm just mainly sticking with just the Marvel for now.
The current stuff I'm reading is mostly DC for superhero things.
Yeah.
Like I said, Thor was my favorite book for like the past 10 years, and that's gone downhill pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I was reading from Marvel, but like Thor and like the Jessica Jones series that they were doing based on the TV show and whatnot. So the current stuff's coming out, like a lot of DC stuff. I think that they're doing a great job with like Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps. The new Hawkman book has been a really pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
I'd like Batman. Bendis is now doing both Superman books, and those have been cool.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying a lot of the DC stuff right now.
Yeah.
They seem to like press the reset button every few years. Both of them, both Marvel and DC, seem to do that. But the current Marvel things, it seems like they're gearing it towards the younger audience, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the artwork looks really like Saturday morning cartoony.
Yeah.
It's just like unappealing to look at for me. And the stories seem like they're written almost like they're dumbed down a little bit, so to appeal to a younger audience or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, just.
Well, that's why I really like the new Venom series, because that's definitely not
Something
written
with
for
a little bit of
kids.
an edge, a little bit of it's not going to insult your intelligence. It's
right.
Like, I know you're reading comic books, new superheroes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But still, give me an intelligent story that I can
Exactly.
just entertain.
That's why I like this stuff from back in this era, because I think that had more story to it. And they had more, and they were more. They weren't set up for kids.
There's more words per page in one of those books than there are in entire issues today.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's nothing I hate going home and you open up a new book and
takes you
it's
4 minutes
right because there's and the writing is just horrible.
And I appreciate the art as much as the story, but they have to work hand in hand. They gotta be
definitely
50-50,
Yep. So I'll have to start checking out some of the new DC stuff because, like I said, I'm just starting back up again. It's more because I enjoy reading it, and the other stuff is fun. Finding the older stuff.
Too. I love Aquaman.
Oh, I'll have to. See, now you got me. I'm gonna have to start looking at more DC stuff. Yeah. I definitely like the movies. I've been a fan from the original ones. That I know they're getting better and better as the years come on, but I like the original X-Men. I thought they did a great job. The first,
really good, yeah.
The Spider-Man, I thought the first Spider-Mans were good. I know that they kind of get a bum rap now because
people shit on them for different reasons, but I like the Doc Ock one. I think that was 2.
Yeah.
Was that 2? Yeah. The first one was the second one I liked a lot.
The Venom one was horrible, just the way they did Venom. That's why I'm glad they're doing it, because this new Venom movie
they tried to squeeze too much into that movie.
Right, yeah. The newest trailer I saw was amazing.
Like a bird in the wind.
When he's in I don't know if you've seen the trailer, when he's in the convenience store and he stops the guy and he's half Venom and half Eddie Brock, and he's tells the lady that he has a sickness, or I forget how he exactly worded it, but it's pretty cool because you can see so I like, obviously with the technology nowadays, they can do so much more. Yeah. Wonder Woman I loved. I thought they did a great job with that movie. Because I like that they gave a backstory of her for people that don't know who she is. Because I wasn't a huge Wonder Woman fan growing up. I didn't read her books. I mean, I watched the TV show with Linda.
The TV show with Linda Carter, yeah.
But I didn't know like the whole background. So it was pretty cool how they did that, but they didn't drag it out. It wasn't boring.
Yeah.
I don't like Ben Affleck as Batman at all.
That's a terrible choice.
I think he's horrible. I like the
not
guy
that
plays.
Actor.
No,
Batman,
right. I just think I thought he was pretty cool when he was Daredevil. That one, and he seemed he fit better in that.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
I don't know his name, but I like the guy that's playing Superman in those movies. I think he does a pretty good job.
Didn't he just bail out too? I thought I read something about him not being Superman anymore.
No, he's still Superman because they're doing a Man of Steel 2.
Okay.
They're all like, you read the Marvel stuff now. They're all leaving.
Yeah.
Like, Robert Downey Jr. is gone. He's not going to be after they do Avengers 4. I think he's done. The people that they're keeping are like the not big names. The guy that plays Thor is not going to do Thor anymore. The guy that's doing Captain America is not doing it. He's going to be done after the next movie or one after that. And I guess how much can they do? I guess if they're them, if they want to keep going on.
Playing the same character for 10, 15 years.
No, right, because they're going to age. They want it. Yeah, they want to bring in younger people. That's why I do like the kid that's playing Spider-Man now. I think they're doing a good job, and so I do enjoy those movies.
I think some people's critique was that he's just too young to play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
more of Spider-Man as opposed to Spider-Boy or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
He does a good job.
Yeah, and that's why it's tough when they start with the Infinity Wars, because that's obviously in the comic book era that was deeper into it, so Spider-Man wasn't young at that point. Right. So you're right, it's kind of, but like you said, they got to open up the doors to young kids, to young families, and to they want everyone to go.
They can relate to more.
Yeah. I have $1,000 worth of books, and I bought them for $100.
And you know what the key was too is they weren't presented right.
Right.
I mean, they're just in an empty beer box. Yeah.
I guarantee you, I'm going to get a phone call from some kid. He's probably going to come home from college and say to his parents, "Hey, my books are worth some money. I need to go sell them. Where are they?" And they're going to go, "We sold them for $100 to some kid." And he's going to get my number and call me and be all pissed off.
I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you.
I don't plan on spending a lot of money buying. I don't think you have time to do it. There's so many people.
You get the people who are walking around in their cosplaying and stuff. Yeah. And it's already packed anyways. You can't even look at stuff. And people are just stopping to take pictures, bump into you.
I'm doing the CGCA because it's cheaper. Because now you don't have to pay the shipping to get it out.
See, that's the only way I'd go. I want to get my Amazing Fantasy 15 CGC'd and my Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yeah,
I want to get those. I would like to get those CGC'd.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I could bring back, take all my key issues and get them graded. It's. I've got a whole run. So, but I don't want them. I mean, I'd feel better giving them to them to do it than mailing it out.
Yeah.
It's
that's what my buddy that I'm going with. He said it's the best way to do it because you're handing it to them. They're writing out. I saw he had a contract that they filled out with his when he dropped off a book, and they tell you right on it what the fair market value is of the book. So you're not just dealing with you mailing it in and then you're hoping that it even shows up. Or I get nervous that when you're mailing something, like how do you know that you're getting your book back? That they don't have another one there that's in a little bit crappier condition, and they send yours back.
The fact that they're a multi-million-dollar business now.
Right.
You start getting thing starts happening, business goes down. So I think they're at the point of where they're not going to do something.
Yeah.
But if it was called Joe Blow's grading service,
right? Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
then you maybe
or Glenn O'Leary's grading service.
Oh yeah,
I know CGC's. That's the biggest one. That's who's going to be. There's another one that even my buddy told me.
There's a CBCS or something.
Yeah, someone got caught doing something like what we were talking about.
It was a third company that was doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, because it's CBC or CBCS. I don't know. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, CBCS.
Yes, that's the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a pretty reputable company too.
Yeah.
But but CGC is the first. They're the biggest. They're they're what they know. But these guys are getting a little business from CGC. But yeah, there was some other rinky-dink company that a lot of people are saying, it's you're giving away an awful lot of 9.8s too. You know, it's
right.
So. It's not as reputable, and I don't remember the name of it, and I'm not gonna bash them. You know, it's but I mean, those guys I guess aren't bad, but I mean CGC. If I'm just gonna rant, maybe a random, they're cheaper than CGC.
Yeah.
You know, and if I was getting, and like I said, I don't own. That's the only graded book I own.
Yeah.
So I don't have any graded books. So if I was just gonna say, hey, I want to grade my Amazing Spider-Man 89, maybe I'd send it to these clowns.
Yeah.
But the big key issues are going to go to CGC because I mean, if you were to sell them, and I don't plan on selling my collection,
right?
But if you were to sell them, people are going to give you the more money for a CGC one than a CBCS. You know,
that's what I'm doing. Like I said, like the Infinity Gauntlet one, I was looking on eBay because that's what I'm judging off of what people are paying. I mean, obviously, I know I can bring them into you and say, hey, what would you give me for this run of 6? They're all 9/8 graded. What would you give me?
Right.
And you can't give me what they're worth because you need to make money.
Exactly.
So that's why I've been checking on eBay, and there's a few books like the Carnage one right now because of the Venom movies coming out, and there's talk that they might, you know, he might have a small part in it, goes through the roof. So and I have 2 sets of them. So I picked out the better set. Both of them are real nice, but again, it's a crapshoot. I can look at a book and say, "Oh wow, I think this book's perfect."
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it comes back in, and they grade it an 8.8 because they found a tick somewhere that I didn't see, or a page in the middle that's got a little stain on it or something.
I mean, they're going through it with a microscope and or magnifying glass and whatnot.
My buddy told me your books will be gone for at least 2 months, something like that. So, which is fine, or a month, maybe a month to a month and a half, something like that, which I'm fine with. Like I said, these ones that I'm sending out, I got lucky buying them cheap, and if I can make some money to put them into other books that I want, then I'll do it. But I don't want to get into what I did the last time. I sold my, not that I had great books, but I sold my collection penny on the dollars because that's what people were paying back then.
Right.
And now I look back and go, crap, I already had this book. Now I got to go buy. Like I had an Amazing Spider-Man 300.
Right.
And now I got to go buy another one, a New Mutants 87. Now I got to go find. Now it's like stuff's through the roof.
Yep.
And now if I want them, I'm gonna have to pay the money or get lucky and find them in someone's box for $100.
Right.
Like I did, which isn't gonna ever happen again. That was like hitting the lottery.
Yeah, you hit the mother load.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not gonna happen to me again.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
All right,
Thank
see you later. Thank you.
See ya.
Teen Titans blow. I mean, go. Teen Titans go.
Oh, different book.
No, they blow though. Terminator.
Yes. Seriously.
The guy from behind the camera.